Hey, welcome to Guitar Vacation. We're going to talk a little bit about pentatonics, and this is really for guys that are already using the pentatonic scale to solo and stuff like that, and you're kind of looking for, hey, what's next? What can I get more out of this pentatonic box that you may be stuck in? First, I will say the answer to more is to learn more, learn the scales and modes and stuff that all relate to it, and that's how you're really going to expand. But as guitar players and really other instruments, as it turns out, the pentatonic sound is such a powerful sound that the ear likes to hear, that even players that have all kinds of other melodic devices at their fingertips or at their ready, depending on their instrument, the pentatonic sound is still something that's returned to frequently with great effect. So I'm just going to kind of center this around your good old position one pentatonic. I learned pentatonic and blues scale interchangeably. I know technically the blues scale has the extra flat fifth in it, but if I say blues scale accidentally, I'm talking about the regular good old guitar pentatonic scale. So and yeah, that's something that a lot of us, when we first learn to start soloing and improvising, that's what we're using, you know. You put all your little bends and flourishes and vibrato and, make it sound good, make it your own. This is video I'm making because I wish this was a concept that I understood much earlier in my playing, because I would hear guys do it and I would say, man, I know that's pentatonic, but it just sounds like it's jumping off the fretboard and sounds like so much more. And it's the cascade, turnaround, stair step technique. I've heard it called all of those things. And the king of it is Eric Johnson. You hear Bonamassa do it all the time. Zach Wilde, even, his solos are largely pentatonic bass, and he makes really good effect of using this little technique. But a cascade or a turnaround is a good term to use, because let's say we're just ascending in our E minor pentatonic scale, and you play your first four notes on the two high strings, the E string and the B string. All right, and if you just kind of continue down that, now we're sounding like we're playing a scale, which isn't as cool as what you could do with it. So what a turnaround does is you play your first few notes, and right now we're descending, and then you ascend back up maybe one note, and it brings a timing element and also a interval, switching from descending to ascending real quick. And it just really, doing that introduces some excitement to what may be somewhat mundane if you've been hammering in the pentatonic box for, forever, trying to do cool stuff with it. So, and then I can just continue that same pattern. And there's many ways you can do this, and I don't necessarily want you to think about, oh, that lick in particular. It's the concept. So I can go, and I used it ascending there a little bit too. But really, that's all it is. And, the patterns, whether it's like I was just doing fives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you descend again, and it's 6, 7. So that's pretty cool. You can skip up to each whatever note you want to, And that was just using a few, I guess 3 of the pentatonic positions. So you can do the same thing if you know your different positions. I typically use it in longer sequences, descending, just out of habit. But it's every bit as useful ascending. And that's will add a lot of excitement to just plain old pentatonics. You're not really playing any extra notes, although you can. If you're a guy that's already worked the Dorian scale, and the minor pentatonic is going to be in that Dorian mode. You can add the extra notes of the Dorian scale to the pentatonic and do the same thing. And, it is an expandable concept. The cool thing about it, when you do break out of your pentatonic mindset and start doing other scales, like, we're doing E minor, so it, in theory, the notes of E Dorian are the same notes as D major, so you can add this concept to any scale, not just a pentatonic. The scale for A with E minor as your root chord is Mixolydian, right? So same thing. bouncing up a note one time to create that cascade. So start using it with your pentatonics. I would suggest put on the metronome and practice doing whatever turnaround pattern fits well for you, and start slow and then get it faster with your metronome, and you'll quickly add some cool sounding parts to your pentatonic bass soloing. So I'll demonstrate with the metronome real quick. Like that, that's 120 beats per minute. So you may start there, you may start at 70 beats per minute if it's not under your fingers yet, but you can creep it up like any other scale, and always throw the metronome in there, because you don't want to be just playing scales and practicing things that aren't going to transfer over well into timing when you actually use this to play music. That's exciting and new, because that's the goal, to be able to use these on the fly when we're playing that E-rock anthem. You want to be able to use it in time. So anybody has any questions or anything to add, I'm a student in this journey of guitar myself, and that's why I don't make a lot of lesson videos. Is I think of myself more as a student of the instrument, but every once in a while I'll remember something that I'm like, man, I wish I would have known this concept earlier, and that's one of them. Hearing the cascading turnaround pentatonic stuff, and like I said, I would hear it and it would jump out at me, but I couldn't hear it enough to do it, even if I tried to sit down and pick it out, until finally I realized some of the pattern to it and everything, and use it all the time now, and use it in different scales all over the place. So it's a really cool technique. Jazz guys do it all the time, in playing over whatever changes they're dealing with. So it's a gift that keeps on giving. So don't hesitate to pop in with any questions or comments, and I hope this helps somebody out there. So keep on practicing. Until I talk to you again, enjoy your guitar vacation. Later.